So it's a bright and early start. So we're just off to Syndicate. Just my first video, so be nice, and we'll see what comes of today. This is one of the spots that I've been pre-baiting. So it's a little drop off, so the lake itself is between sort of 14 and 20 feet in the main area. Most of the fish have been coming out that bottom end, just the dam wall end. Up this end here, it's probably about 10 foot up in this corner. This is where I was baiting up yesterday. So yeah, so we're gonna have a little walk around, see if we can see any signs. I'll have a quick chat with Steve, see if he's had any luck, and yeah, let's see what happens. So even though I have pre-baited a little corner just back behind me, this southwesterly is blowing into the dam wall end, so I'll have a quick look down there and get the boat out the deeper and just have a quick buzz around and see if I can see anything. It's not very often see anything on here, so what I'll probably do is start the morning in the pre-baited area and then go and have a look. Possibly move down to this corner, so this is where the wind's blowing in. How pretty is that this morning? But as of yet, no signs of fish. Steve's coming off at some point this morning. He's been here since Boxing Day. It's New Year's Eve today, so he's picking up later. Yeah, it's good for a bite, but we shall see what happens. Starting to get a lot of the bait boat police and anti-bait boaters, but because I literally get the opportunity every day to fish, I've got to try and maximise my opportunities to fish. I don't have the time to put 10 spots out and wait. I'm here till probably about 3 o'clock, 8 o'clock now. So just gonna put a bit of spot mix out, send it out in the deeper and see if there is anything. I'm walking around for half hour, ran the boat out, this top end, not seeing anything. So Steve started to pack up now, so I'm going to go and jump in his grave. Small peg next to him, fish along the dam wall. It's usually good for a bite, so start getting everything set up, and yeah, back in a bit. So far it's been quiet, no signs of any fish anywhere. Changed peg, so I was fishing down at the bottom along the dam wall next to Steve, and he's not had it for 5 days, so obviously the spots there aren't working. So I've been told about another spot. It's only about 10 laps out, so I've moved halfway up the lake. So we're going to do the last sort of 4 hours on this little gravel bar, and fingers crossed it'll be good for a bite. A few fish came out last month, nothing's come out so far this month, but fingers crossed we'll be back on later with a fish. Yeah. So this is one of the solid bag rigs that's just come out, so it's still a little bit weedy down there. So I took another solid bag out in a minute. Sort of change it every hour. The two right hand rods are fishing. One's on a runny and one's on a short choddy. So fingers crossed they're going to sit in the pot if there isn't a weed down there. So I'm just going to show you what I put in my solid bags. So hook bait using Key Bait Solutions Spice. It's a new bait for them for 2024. Nice spicy flavour, great in the winter months, and I've got quite a bit of maize out in the spot mixing spot, so try and make it look like a piece of corn. So all I'm doing, trimming it down just so replicates a little piece of corn, and just using a bait screw just for ease and speed. It is a wafter, so it'll just sit up nicely. I know most people like to use a bottom bait, but even with no weight on, I've checked these before, this will just literally just sit up on short 4-inch rig. Got my rigs from Jay's Rigs purely because he can make them a damn sight better than I can. Because I'm only day fishing, I don't really want to spend my entire session making rigs. I want to be as quick as I can. Medium-sized PVA bag, Carp King PVA bags, absolute class. I love these things. Because it's quite deep in here, they do last just long enough to get to the bottom before they burst open. And in the Carp King kit, you get the quick loader. So we'll stick it all together, and then my bag mix, I've actually made it myself. So all we've got in here is some crushed up spice and ASM boilies, a few small pellets, and it makes a really nice bag mix. So just literally stick a little bit in the bottom, which is then just going to mask the hook bait. Drop the hook bait in. I know a lot of people say it doesn't matter where it is. I like it to sit quite nicely, quite flat on the bottom. And then just fill the bag up, probably just over halfway. I've got a mix, I've got some crushed boilers in here, some half boilers, literally halfway in, then drop the lead in, use the lead to just pack it down a bit, and then just fill the rest of the bag up. I'm also using the Carp King stems just because they're really easy. Makes tying the bags quickly nice and simple. So just have the stem just sticking out the top. Take a few inches of Carp King PVA tape. Again, really good stuff. Been using it for a little while in all my fishing. And then we're just going to compress that bag down, get as much of the air out of this bag as we can. So it's nice and tight. I'm only casting 10 wraps, so it doesn't really matter so much about the shape of it, but it's nice to have a nice looking PVA bag. Then we wrap the tape round 2 or 3 times, a couple of little granny knots, off. And then we just take the corners. Just try and make it a little bit aerodynamic. It's quite windy out here today, so we don't really want it drifting off. Look at sticky corners. I have contemplated double bagging these, but I have timed how long they take to melt and how long the drop is. It's about 16 foot out there, so double bagging these isn't really necessary for the depth that I'm fishing. But if I was fishing further down the bottom, then I'd definitely be double bagging these up. And it's nice and simple, nice little PVA rocket. We took that out. As I say, I'm changing these rigs probably every 30 minutes, sorry, every hour, just to try and generate that bite over this short period on this gravel bar. Well, sadly that's the end of the session. Learned quite a bit today. Didn't catch, unfortunately. It's looking lovely out there for a bite at the moment, but got to get back, dogs to walk, so fingers crossed next week we'll be down and hopefully we'll learn a little bit more and maybe even get a fish on the bank. Thanks for watching.